Someone asks you how you're doing, you smile and you say, hey, I'm fine. You are fine, mostly, probably. Except for that thing in your chest that won't just go away. That tightness that shows up every time you swallow what you actually wanted to say. You've been calling it stress or sadness or just being tired. Well, it's not. What you're actually feeling is something your brain decided you're not allowed to feel a long time ago before you had any say in that matter. Hey, I'm Mihne, I'm an engineer, I'm not a therapist, and on this channel we explore how people actually work and not how they are supposed to work. What I just described, I did that for years, and it took me a long time and a lot of digging to understand what was actually happening underneath all of that. By the end of this video, you'll understand why you keep getting stuck in an emotion that never goes away, no matter how much you try to rest, to journal, or to talk about it. You will see where this started, and I'll warn you, it's much earlier than you think. And I'll share a phrase that someone told me during a course that it hit me so hard that I wrote it down and I still think about it now. Let me create some context by starting with what I didn't see for a long time. I had a colleague who was really difficult to work with. The kind of person that would take information from me and present it as his own, never give any credit to me, and would also ask 5 people the same exact question, that's probably just to save him some time for not trying to figure it out himself. And every time this happened, I felt this heat in my chest, this, let's call it a flash of something. If you want a better visual, imagine it like Soldier Boy from The Boys. That kind of flash in my chest. I didn't say anything. I told myself I was being professional, maybe big words like I'm mature, or I'm the bigger person. So instead of having one honest conversation, you know what I did? I bet you won't guess it. I put my noise cancelling headphones on and I asked to be moved to a different position entirely and literally. I built an entire workaround system so I wouldn't have to deal with this person directly. Very mature, I know. I think at the time I would deserve the gold star for conflict resolution, for sure. I did everything except the one thing that would have actually helped, saying how I felt. And I kept waiting for my manager to step in, for him to notice, to say something, but you can guess it, he never actually did. This was not affecting him, it was affecting me. And here's what's really started to bother me. Over these months, I think it was almost 24 months or 2 years almost, I started feeling sad. I was like genuinely down, not about something specific. I would sometimes caught myself tearing up, which was not the case before, maybe to a song, to a message from a friend or a movie, something that normally wouldn't touch me. I thought maybe it was just some mild depression, maybe I just needed a break to go outside and sit a bit in the sun, like now. But here's where it gets really weird, and this is the part that took me the longest to understand and to figure it out. Why was I feeling sad? Think about it, what I just described. A colleague takes credit for my work, my manager ignores it, and I take this every day for months. Does that sound like a situation that should make you feel sad? Or does it sound more like a situation that should actually make you furious? That's the question that changed everything for me. Because when I actually sat with it, I realized, wait a minute, I wasn't actually sad. I was never sad. I was angry this whole time at my colleague, at my manager, and honestly, the most it was at myself for smiling through something that deserved a reaction from my side. Of course, smiling is also a reaction, but not the right one in that time. But I couldn't feel it as anger. My brain wouldn't even let me. And if you're smiling through something that should have made you furious, you've gone home and you feel like a wave of sadness and you don't know how to explain it, where it came from. Maybe you even cry and you didn't know why. That might not be sadness either. Your brain might be doing something behind your back. Every time anger tries to show up, it steps in and say, hey, no, here, this is too dangerous, feels this instead. And it hands you sadness. Specifically sadness, because sadness feels safe. Nobody leaves you for being sad and nobody pushes you away or punishes you for crying. What a magical machine our brain is, isn't it? But when it comes to anger, anger makes people leave. At least that's what your brain believes. So it sets up a filter. Think of it like an email rule that you never created. Anger comes in, gets flagged as dangerous, and it gets swapped immediately for sadness before it even reaches you. You never get the chance to see the original emotion. That's why the journaling doesn't fix it, taking a rest doesn't fix it, because you're treating sadness and you are never sad. Your brain basically decided before you even got a chance to see it, and it gives you tears instead of fire, if you want to be metaphorical. You might think, and I'm pretty sure you do, okay, but wait, if my brain is doing this automatically without even asking me, when did I learn this? Or who put it in there? When did it decide that anger is the one emotion that I'm not allowed to feel? I assume it was something from my work life, maybe some of my relationships with partners or friends, something recent. Well, it's not. I can tell you that it's definitely not recent. Between the ages of 4 and 5, every kid goes through a phase where they learn how to deal with anger, or they don't. And the difference comes down to one thing: what happens when you actually express anger as a kid? Try to picture this with me. A kid screams at his dad, and the kid throws something, I don't know. And the dad comes to him, holds him, and says, I also get angry sometimes, but when I'm angry, I don't hit, I don't throw things, I don't speak mean to people. Here's what I do instead, blah, blah, blah. What do you think the kid just learned in that moment? Anger is allowed. My dad still loves me, and I can feel it and survive it. Now try to picture this other version. It's the same kid, same situation, and the dad tells him, hey, go to your room and don't come out until you're nice again. Or worse, look what you did. You just made your mother cry. What did that kid learn? Basically that anger breaks things. Showing what I feel makes people leave. Love is conditional of being pleasant. And with enough repetition, his brain, because it's trying to protect him, writes a rule. A simple rule: if you feel anger, you lose love. That rule doesn't expire. It doesn't update when you're 25. You cannot toggle it on and off. It keeps running quietly in the background. And this is where a phrase I heard during a course completely rearranged the way I look at this, or I'm thinking about it. The trainer was explaining how we learn the process of emotions as kids, and he said something that stuck with me. It's not okay to behave however you want, but it's okay to feel anything. So let me repeat that slower. It's not okay to behave however you want, but it's okay to feel anything. It is okay to feel anything. The feeling was never the problem. When I heard that, I realized I had it completely backwards my whole life. I thought feeling was the problem. I would shut down the emotion entirely, basically learning from Kratos to close your heart to it, what he tells Atreus. And I've been doing this since I was 4 years old. I was running this problem written by a child who just trying to keep people around him close, trying to survive, trying to be loved, and trying to be accepted. But here is what really got me. None of that stopped me from doing it. And understanding this pattern and actually feeling it through are two completely different things. And that's the part that actually scared me. Because here's what happens when this pattern runs in the background for years without being caught. There's a loop, and unfortunately it's an ugly one. It's a really nasty one. You feel angry about something, your brain won't let you feel it. Instead of expressing anger, you accommodate it, you give more, you try to help more, you try to take on more. You become the person who never complains, the one that everyone can always count on. And for a while, people appreciate that. They appreciate that about you. Oh my God, you're so kind, you're so reliable, it's such nice to have a friend like you. It gives you even an ego boost. It feels good for a while. Oh, I don't know know if I'm allowed to walk here. But nobody gives back at the same level, at least not at the level of expectations your brain created, because you train them not to. You set the bar at, I give everything and I ask for nothing. That's what people get used to it. And when nobody reciprocates, you feel more angry. So you give more to earn what you're not getting. You give more, feel invisible, get angry, can't feel it, give more until you're exhausted. You're carrying everyone while nobody there is carrying you. But that's not burnout. It wears the same outfit as burnout, but it's years of swallowed anger eating you from the inside. It's a very healthy cycle, I know. I kept asking myself, if understanding it doesn't fix it, then what does? Am I cursed or am I stuck with this? What's happening? I was expecting a technique, a method, a 5-step, a life hack, maybe how to get abs in 2 weeks, something quick. What I found was simpler and much harder than that. Permission, not a technique, it's permission. Permission to feel angry without believing it makes you a bad person. It's permission to say this is not okay without being terrified that the relationship would end, either with your partner or with a work colleague. There's a huge difference between performing kindness and choosing it, by the way. Performing kindness is smiling because you're afraid of what happens if you don't. But choosing kindness is smiling because you actually want to. There's a massive difference between the two. One is fear, the other one is freedom. They look identical from the outside, but they are not. They are so different. Here's what actually helped me. If you're still in this right now, I think it might help you as well. The first thing, trying to catch the swap in real time. Maybe you will not succeed every time in the beginning, but start doing it. When the wave of unexpected or unexplained sadness hits you, ask yourself, am I actually sad right now? Or is there something I'm angry about and I haven't said it? I think 9 out of 10 times there is something in there. Maybe a conversation you avoided, a boundary that someone crossed, a moment where you smiled when your whole body actually wanted to react. The first time I name it out loud, I'm not sad, I'm actually angry about what happened in that meeting. Something shifted. I know it was small, but it was real. Like, for the first time I had overwritten this filter in years, decades maybe. The second thing, saying it to one person. Not the person you're angry at, but someone you feel safe with. I think I've been calling something sadness for a long time, and I'm starting to realize that I don't think it's actually sadness, it's anger. Your brain will scream at you that something will break. It will be like, hey, oh no, they will judge you. They will try to end the relationship will end. It won't. But your 4-year-old programming doesn't know that yet. And the third thing, and this is the one that I think most people skip, feel the anger without acting on it. Because here's the fear, right? If I let myself angry, I'll explode, I'll say something that I regret, I'll become the person who breaks things, or relationships with partners or colleagues. You won't. Remember the phrase that I said earlier. It is okay to feel anything, it's not okay to behave however you want. You can still feel furious and still speak calmly. The feeling and the behavior are two different things. They are completely separate. Your parents might not have taught you that separation, but you can learn it now. Do you remember that thing in your chest? That one that you've been calling it sadness? Now you know what it is. It's not a flaw and it's not your weakness. It's an emotion that your brain hid from you when you were too small to fight back. And it's been running the show ever since. You're not here to learn something new. You're just finishing something that should have been learned when you were like 4 years old. Something that wasn't your fault, something your brain decided before you even had any say in that matter. It wrote a rule to protect you, and it worked amazingly when you were small, but you're not small anymore. It's okay to feel anything. The feeling was never the problem. If you recognized yourself somewhere in this, please drop a comment and tell me which part got you. I read all the comments. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, maybe someone who's always fine, someone who's always smiling, always trying to keep the peace, send this to them. I'm working on more videos like this. If you want to catch them, please subscribe. See you into the next one, and until then, please take care of yourself. Bye.